Well, hello everyone. This is Dom, who set up Toddlerville in the Market Square of Dover. 21, I believe it is. 21 Market Square,
21
Dover.
Market Square, yep, correct.
Yeah, and we popped in today. First of all, started off as a bit of a chat about another project, which we'll talk about a bit later on. But it's more to meet Dom, who's doing what needs to be done more in Dover. More things, more services that are benefit to the community. And I want to say, well, thank you for going out of your way to take that leap. Was it a bit of a fear to do?
Yeah, oh, for sure. I mean, it came from me and my wife originally anyway. And, you know, anything like this that involves your own money and time and everything like that, always is nerve-wracking. You know, you don't really know how it's going to go. But then, yes, one of the things, once you start and once it gets moving and once it's opened, you feel it was all worth it. So
give us a breakdown of Toddlerville so that we've got a better understanding of the real, what the dream was.
Yeah. So I mean, originally, so what Toddlerville is Toddlerville's a role play centre, which is essentially aged for 0 to 6 year olds to come and essentially have their role play imagination run wild while they're here. Why it happened essentially is all because of my daughter, quite literally, and she is the logo. Our logo is a designed version of my daughter turned into a superhero, because after she was born, we essentially spent the next 3 years of our lives having to travel outside of Dover to do anything other than the soft play.
Is that?
That's
I'll do some B-roll afterwards to cut in some bits and pieces.
So essentially, we actually found Roleplay Rascals in Faversham that we started taking our daughter to, which was the same version of this, and she just loved it. And as we were standing there with our friends, we were thinking, why doesn't Dover have something like this? Like, Dover's a great town, it's got so many people in, so many kids in, so many parks, all these things, but there just isn't that many places indoors to go and have fun. And that's literally where the idea was born, just there and then.
How many places like this have you ever seen, though, in a market square or central in town?
In a market square? Well, I mean, we go to 3 other ones, and not one of them are in a centre town.
And I wanted to say that at first, when I saw it opening, I was like, really? Is that the best location? And then I thought, actually, no, it complements some of the other businesses still, because families can come in here, use the place. They can go and get a bit of lunch or a little bit of shopping in town afterwards.
Yeah, and honestly, the amount of people that we've ended up saying to them, the museum's free. Pop over to the museum.
Right
now the
door.
library's open, literally, like they do, for example, I think they do Rhyme Time on a Wednesday. I even send people from here to Rhyme Time, just go, there's something else to do for free. Like, they pay to come here, but, you know, the goal is also for them to be able to do all sorts of other things in this town. The museum, being a fantastic one. We love it there as well.
Would I be right in saying that this role-playing initiative is helping them, you know, build up towards what's now called soft skills? You know, this sort of learning of life and different things that are... when I was at school, I mean, I wasn't aware of the various different kinds of careers and ways that I could go down, actually. But this seems, looking around the place, which I'll cut in some more footage when you've tied it up, it's expected to be a bit messy. You know, children are playing here.
That's it.
You know, when I look around here and I think, oh, you've got these different scenarios, and you know, what made you pick the different scenarios?
Yeah, so kind of from our point of view, when you look at, because my wife used to be a teaching assistant as well, so she's seen a lot of, you know, kids just playing in general and everything like that, and it's a really massive thing that lots of kids essentially, they try to recreate what their parents do. So a lot of the time, you know, when you're in the kitchen cooking and things like that, and you'll notice that your child's trying to get a pan out of the cupboard or whatever, it's because they just essentially want to pretend, stir and do all those kinds of things as well. And that's what led to some of the ideas here, because, so, for example, in our back corner, we've got a house which has a play kitchen in it, it's got a play dining room table in it, it's got a little seat in it and things like that. So again, they can literally come and pretend to do all those things that you as the parents do at home. Same for the shop. The amount of children that absolutely love to play the shop assistant is unbelievable, because every week they're going to the shop with their parents and they're watching someone stood behind the cashier scanning all their bits and things like that. I mean, we made sure we got one that has a beeper, so even as they go over it with their little items, beep, beep, because they love it. They just love that aspect of thinking, oh, this is what all the grown-ups do, this is what all the big people do. I can do it now as well. The amount of kids I have that go into the construction zone, literally, and they go, oh, look, mummy, I'm building like daddy, and all these kind of, do you know what I mean? It's kids look up to everything that we do, literally everything we do, from what we do in the house to what we do at work to what we do in public. And this, well, a place like this just helps them live that out as they please.
For the purpose of the interview, I'm going to have to ask you to stop banging on the table.
Oh, of course.
Because the microphone.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
I could probably put it in a better location.
No, it's
maybe.
okay.
That's all right.
Take my hands off the table, that does it.
Your passion and enthusiasm. It's fine. No, it's great. I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine. They're not that super sensitive. No, I think it's a great initiative. Unfortunately, at my age, I don't have any children just yet. I'd like to at some point. But I think, as I said before, I think it's about services. So we're looking at the way our high streets are nowadays. People don't shop the same way that they used to, and I have always felt like they do need to be more sort of entertainment zones. We've got the market square, whether you love it or hate it. Fact is, that is a venue that can be hired out by anyone. Put an event on there. Everyone sort of benefits, the local surrounding businesses, mostly food and coffee these days. Yep. I don't know what other shops you could start to see back on the high streets these days, because even if you go to Folkestone down Steep Street, it's like knick-knack shops, and who goes shopping for knick-knacks these days? So maybe I'm wrong, I don't know.
No, 100%, it is difficult, but I mean, even when you look at something like Dover's Market Square, and, lots of people moan about the rings, and the investment into the rings, our missed rings and everything like that, but one thing I can tell you, since I've worked and opened this place, the kids love them. Quite literally, in the summer, the amount of children that were rushing to get out of here just to go and run through those rings was unbelievable. So although lots of people might look at a town and think, oh, I don't know about that, or that doesn't look too good, there's not many shops there. Maybe not, but even the little places and the little things like the rings, or like in Folkestone they've got the jets that come out the floor and everything like that. It's those little bits that essentially, especially if you've got kids, it's what's making it for them. It's those are the bits they love, not walking in and out of 100 charity shops or knick-knack shops or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? It's the little things in town that people love. And shops are great as well. Any independent shops that any of us can go into and shop at is always worthwhile. But yeah, shopping has changed. Like I say, it's a completely different era now. We're all part of the online shop, and it's just up to us as the public to do what we can to shop locally, essentially.
I do try and make the effort. I live very close by to town. I have a car, which I use really just to go to work.
Yep.
But I'll walk into town, and I thought about this not so long ago, about to do a little video of all the things I have actually bought in Dover in the past few years. I was looking around my flat, and I was like, actually, do you know what? I've bought a fair few bits from Dover itself. So again, this takes us back to maybe about information about things that are on or what you can do, because you can go and spend a bit of money in Dover. It's not completely
100%.
Desolate.
There is 100%. And you've got Big in Bazaar is a perfect example as well. So a kind of what started off as an indoor kind of market type idea in the old big co-op, then has turned into a kind of static little shops within a shop that just makes it work for the people that are in there. It's not about filling the high street shops with one massive brand or something like that. It's just even getting the little shops in just to try and get something into the town, I think, is the most important. Like I say, you can buy loads in Dover town. We have so many shops here, independent, part of a chain or anything like that. Like, you can spend time in Dover town. There's improvement to be made 100%, but that's what some of us businesses are here to try and help do as well while we're here.
One of the aspects of this channel is really to talk about how local people are doing things, making businesses. First question would be, how daunting was it to take the leap into starting the business? Did you think, is this a good idea? Oh God, what are we doing?
I'd say me and my wife probably at least spent 3 to 6 months concerned about this, because all cards on the table, this is our mortgage that went into this. We don't own our house, we rent a house, but the money we'd been saving for a mortgage went into building this place. So, we did sit back a good few times and go, should we be doing this? Is this the right decision? But the closer it got, the more right it just felt. Every time, every new wall that went up, every new sticker that went in, it was like, no, you know what, this is right. And now that we've opened, and now that we've got all of these families coming through, it couldn't have been much more of the right decision. Like, it really couldn't have, because so many people, I'd say over 50% of the people that come through here say, Dover needs something like this. Like, this is great, like, fantastic, well done. And that in itself makes it worth it for us, quite literally.
I think you've also picked a pretty difficult one because you're dealing with children. So I imagine there must have been quite a few hoops you had to jump through and paperwork. And
yeah, so there's a lot of kind of like a health and safety part of it, that's for sure. Because we're not soft play, we're not actually governed by a company called ROSPA, which look at a lot of the safety protocols with higher equipment and things like that. Because all of ours is lower, we don't have that. All it really came down to then was just the general health and safety to make sure kids can't get their fingers trapped, they're not going to cut themselves and anything, you know, just to make sure, almost like you would at home when you have a baby and they start walking and you start putting all the corner covers on and all things like that. It was essentially walking around and just doing that with the whole of this place to make sure they can come in, have a nice time, essentially, unless they fall over or something like that. They're coming out happy as well, no problems.
No. What other challenges did you face? And I'm hoping that there wasn't too many challenges, to be honest with you, because I don't want to put people off trying to set up new things, but was there any other challenges that was just an absolute nightmare to navigate?
In fairness, when it comes to challenges of opening up a business in Dover town centre, I don't think I hit one. In all genuine honesty with you, I didn't have a problem with it. There was no major red tape to jump through for it or anything like that. The biggest issue we had, to be fair, was actually obtaining the building itself, because you know unfortunately the owner didn't live in Dover. They were London based and things like that. So it just led to what should have been a couple of month process to, I think it took nearly 13 or 14 months to actually get the building in the end. Mm-hmm. But from Dover Town Council and everything like that, they didn't put up a roadblock. They seemed happy to have it come in, so they let it happen.
Okay. You've made me just forget my next question.
Apologies, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. No, because I was thinking about because it was when you said Dover Town Council, I was then wondering how much. I thought you were going to go into maybe information, how much because I set up a business a number of years ago in the town, and we just did it without really knowing what to do. How do you start a business? What should we be doing? What is the legal requirements? What is the legalities? And we also felt like there wasn't anybody that we knew who to ask back then as well. So how did you find out Roger would
my father-in-law definitely had some ideas on things as well. Yeah, I won't push that to the side. Yeah, Roger, without a shadow of a doubt, had information for us when we were hit certain roadblocks for sure. But other than that, when it came to things like, you know, the governance of who needs to look at the health and safety and everything like that, it was all self-research, to be completely honest, because I do agree it's not like anyone ever comes from the council to go, oh, this is fantastic, here's what we can do to help, or this is our art, this is what we think should be done, or anything like that. I can't say I necessarily expected it, but yeah, it was essentially all self-information that me and my wife found, or asking Roger, or like my accountant, a couple of things like that, you know, anyone in my already circle to try and help, really.
Yeah, I think it's not too difficult to navigate. Back then, we just was unsure, didn't really know what to do. Mm-hmm. Further down the line, I had set up a couple of other previous things and actually found out you just go and ask an accountant, essentially. I've got a very good friend of mine who's an accountant, actually, very knowledgeable. Yeah. Talking to him, he said, and this is information for whoever is listening to this as well, if you are stuck on trying to set up a business, find an accountant as well. They can give you plenty of information. And they don't charge you as much as sort of like some consultants.
No, for sure.
Once you've got their service, you've got their service. So, I'd definitely look at that as well.
No, I agree, fully.
I think part of the channel is also eventually I'd like to get down, putting that information out there about how people can help set themselves up with events and, where to go navigate to find out about business information, which brings me on to your new project, which I saw posted online, where you want to start a new chamber of trade as well.
Yes, yeah, correct. So that idea was born essentially between me and Travis from the art club up the road, really.
I think it was born from a lot of people complaining we didn't have any Christmas lights.
Yes, no, I agree with you there. The idea came, the start of thinking of the idea came from Dover's Christmas lights.
Which is valid, to be fair.
100%. Look,
we all dropped the ball on that one,
look, for sure. No one done anything. The council did whatever they did, projection-wise, whatever. But as someone that has 2 kids, I've got a 4-year-old and I've got a 1-year-old, me going into Dover Town with them, it was just a bit bleak. It wasn't the Christmas. I love Christmas. It wasn't the Christmas spirit that I kind of like walking into when I go into a town or anything like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I, like a lot of the rest of the town, wasn't necessarily happy with the lights. And then, as we were all seeing online, a lot of other people were not happy with the lights. So, you know, me and my wife started talking about what could possibly be done. That's when me and Travis from the art club started talking about what could possibly be done. And then we spoke to a lovely lady called Lisa, who's the secretary for the Deal Chamber of Trade. And she essentially said that their main role as a Chamber of Trade is to help with the community lights and to get the lights up, and the businesses help to pay for that. But the other side of it is to also just help try and improve general things for businesses within their town, things like parking permits and bits like that. And also to try and just put on some community events that help raise money for lighting and putting back into other community events. And yeah, I mean, essentially from more and more chats between me and Travis, this officially kind of started making its moves about a week or so ago. And now we are, hopefully by the end of this month, beginning of next, we'll officially have the Chamber of Trade set up with its statements, with its bank accounts, everything ready to go, and we'll be able to kind of push forward with our ideas and let people know.
And I don't think it should be dismissed, the fact that there are people that are doing some really great events. So there is funding available. I mean, the Lantern Festival that just happened, did you go to that?
Oh, I unfortunately couldn't because both of my children were so poorly.
But it was brilliant.
Amazing. So we went I think it was last year we went to it. It's fantastic, genuinely amazing. And yeah, in no way am I knocking the events that we already have, without a shadow of a doubt. As I say, the idea was born off of the unhappiness for Christmas lights. You know, the other things like the parking permits and everything like that, they're just extra things we as businesses can hopefully try to push and help. But yeah, I mean, when you look at things like the lanterns, it goes to show, one, how much the town of Dover are willing to turn up. You know what I mean? Like the turnout for that event was amazing, amazing. And then just look into all of the work that the people of Dover did to create those lanterns. Like my niece, I think, helped create one of them at her school and things like that. Do you know what I mean? It turns something almost little that's being done in all these different places, you know, things being built in some of the empty St James's shops, some of the lanterns, to then suddenly bring it all together on that one night, and it just turned to literally a spectacular event. Yeah.
I find that sometimes with the use of social media nowadays, it's easy to read negative comments without realising this is still a very small percentage of the population that are making some negative comments. Mm-hmm. Because let's take, for example, Future Foundry. They do the Lantern Festival. Yep. They also do the Pride events. They also do some other things within the Biggin Hall.
They run a children's group which is free every Thursday as well. Yeah. Little Artlings.
Various satellite things that go on off of that as well. Yep. You've got people like Kay Marsh is one. She used to do the multicultural festival. Yep. I think she's going to do another one this year. Not sure. Then obviously you had Dover Big Local was doing their big festival. Mm-hmm. My sister-in-law, she's now, you know, the fireworks event that happened up at Farmingdon. That was a big turnout for that as well. Yep. You know, alongside other things like the castle and other things that are happening. So I find it hard sometimes, because I used to get fed up with people saying, oh, Dover's got nothing to do, there's nothing. No, throughout the year we have so many things going on.
100%. Yeah. Dover has lots, and Dover has lots of people in it that are wanting to change, add into it, make it better, put on events and things like that. It's just up to us as the public also to attend them. Yeah. As simple as that. You know, it's like anything. In anywhere in the world, if you don't use it, you lose it. It's as simple as that. And that really does apply to smaller towns as well, like us. That, yeah, we're fair sized, but we're still only small. We're not massive, we're not a city or anything like that. So we need to kind of, as a community, use all of these places that are opening, go to the events that are being put on, because that's how we support localism. You know, that's how we put back into the community, make sure these events happen again, make sure bigger events and different events can happen. But for the whole time none of us are going to them or trying to help out, nothing's ever going to be put back in return.
Did you just coin a new word there? Localism.
Oh, could have done, yeah, maybe. It wouldn't be the first time I've done it. My wife brings that up sometimes when I just make stuff up. Yeah,
we're going to be hearing more of that, I think, in the future.
I'm good with that, yep, I like
Localism.
it. Yep, yeah. But that's it. This is the thing for me, and this is this with my wife. You know, like I'm on the committee for the Whitfield Fete as well, and when that Whitfield Fete is on, you literally just see the community pouring out into it. You literally see it, or you see them happy, you see them bringing their kids, you see everyone just getting involved. And you see that with the events down in town and everything as well. So I just think we just need to keep doing that, keep going to the events, keep making sure we're using what's here, because otherwise it won't be long and it won't be. It's as simple as that.
No.
It'll be gone.
But as we were discussing before, you know, between your initiative, my initiative, hopefully we can work together on that, because we need to find a sort of new younger generation. I'm not saying I'm that super young. Yeah, I'm 42 this year. But it does feel like we do need to find, you know, you've mentioned a couple of people's names so far, which we won't mention now, you know, because not everything's in place yet, but it already showcases the fact that you have the potential here to create something that is new and fresh, other than these kind of invisible chambers that you know, committees in a room. I'm not saying that's essentially a bad thing, but you do need some more of these talented people that are the face. I mean, I'd say, you know, you're now essentially one of the faces of Dover, you know, so you're already showcasing that you're doing things. So hopefully, I wish you absolute best of luck. I'm going to help as much as I can, that we can start raising the money throughout the year for just all sorts of things.
Exactly that. And I think between a chamber of trade and the community idea that you've got as well, I think us working alongside each other as the entities that we are, but still pushing forward together, I think that's what will really help kind of be a driving force in the town for change and for new things to come, you know. I think it's really important that it's not just businesses doing things, it's not just the community doing things as well. At the end of the day, the businesses are part of the community. We all need to do it together. It's as simple as that. If only one lot of group people are doing it, it's not going to work. But if everyone's doing it together and working together for a solid goal, there's no reason nothing can't be achieved in this town.
No, nothing really needs to be too overcomplicated.
Nope.
I think some of the complications in some groups might come over some sort of power struggle, or just, you know, what's the word? You know, just throwing something into the mix which kind of upsets the apple cart kind of thing. And it's like, well, no, let's just keep it simple, stupid. It's always been the same, isn't it?
No, exactly that. But I think that's also part of the problem is, you know, you've got some of these groups which have older individuals running it and things like that still just kind of want to do it the old way. And I think it's going to take some other people to come in and go, this script ain't working. We've got to flip it. We've got to change it, and we've got to move forward this way instead. And hopefully, between ourselves, Travs at the art club, and, you know, the other few people that really do want to get involved, hopefully we can all do that. And over these next year to 2 years, the community can also start seeing the positive change that we're going to push forward with the town.
Yeah. Well, I really thank you very much.
Absolute pleasure, Ash. It's been really nice. Thank you very much.